I was always talking about the river, you know, and how he loved to go on the river, because he worked on a barge, you know, when he was young. His dream was to become a steamboat captain, and I was really happy to see he finally made that.
We were all fanatics about bluegrass and Flatt and Scruggs. He was the president of the Earl Scruggs or Flatt and Scruggs fan club for the Midwest. And somehow we wound up at Earl's house, sitting in his living room.
And he came one day to the house, and him and another guy came. He had 2 or 3 pages of questions written down. He said, the reason I wrote them down, I knew I'd forget some of them, so I just wrote them down. So here they go. And
we both heard Flatt and Scruggs and Bill Monroe and the Stanley Brothers, and we were actually basically learning the rudiments of 3-finger banjo picking together.
He's a guy that wrote one of the greatest songs ever written in the history of written music.
It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch.
The idea was fresh ideas. People who hadn't written, who don't know what they're not supposed to write. So they go ahead and do it. That was what's so neat about it.
It was my theme song. It's that's how big it got me up to national television. And that's how good the song was. The song did it, I think.
He had this piece of plywood he carried around, and he had a mic on it, or a contact mic of some sort, and he'd dance around, and that was part of his rhythm, part of the sound. He'd come over through the PA set, and that was his act. He'd dance around on that and play the fiddle.
He had an amazing thing that he could do on stage all by himself, go on stage and completely entrance an audience single-handed.
Never can catch that certain song in Catlettsburg on the courthouse lawn.
He knew that the old music was valuable and was worth preserving, and at his heart he was a librarian, really. He even said that. But he knew that it had to be entertaining too. So he was a consummate entertainer.
He lived, breathed, ate, drank, slept music, you know.
The word originality comes with Hartford. He didn't copy anybody's string band. He did his own version of string band.
In a lot of ways, he was as important as Bill Monroe.
He was a very, very good boatman, very good boat handler, and I think he brought a lot of instinctiveness about his steering he put into his music.
Where does an old-time riverman go after his past?
I always thought that he was kind of our version of Mark Twain. He was a rock and roll Mark Twain.
All together now.
He would kind of get the crowd involved and then blend in and just be the band. And then, you know, the crowd's amusing themselves after a while, which is sort of like the Tom Sawyer thing, I guess, is convincing them that how much fun it is to paint the fence. And you get somebody else to do the work.